Thank you, Divya. Good evening, Harsha. So, friends, there is a beautiful story which actually I understood slowly. It is such a deep story, and like so many of these kind of stories, you may have heard the story so many times, but over the years, your understanding with the depth of the story really increases. There was this master who used to stay outside a village, just at the bank of the river. And there was once a person who came in a cart, and he came and he asked this person, Babaji, how are the people of this village? And he said, what happened, beta? And he said that I'm actually looking to shift out. I'm looking for a village where I can move. And he said, how are the people in your village? He said, oh my God, don't ask. They were really bad. They used to really pull each other down. They used to always backbite, ill-treat other people. So I really want to move out. So this master said, people here are also around the same. They also do these things. He said, thank you. You saved so much of my time. And he left. Now it by chance happened that just after a couple of hours, another person came. He came with a similar agenda. He again asked similar things. And Babaji, of course, asked him the similar question. What happened? Why are you looking at shifting? And he said, oh my God, the people are so good. But there has been no rain. Food is really not there. So for 3 years, no rain. We all need to move out to other places. This Babaji said, the people here are amazing. You can come here, you can join. This story that I heard about 25, 30 years back, you understood it. But actually, I started understanding it even deeper when I was doing homeopathy. We would understand that when we would actually interview every person, we would realize that if a person was lying, if a person was manipulating, they were actually internally perceiving when we went into how they were feeling, they thought and they felt that other people are manipulative, that other people lie. And hence, to cope with that, they would do that. When we would see that a person was really feeling like, was probably attacking, they were feeling attacked also. So what really was happening to them, or what they were doing, they were also feeling was happening to them. So which one was coming first? So this is in the year 2000, as I used to work with the doctor, taking every day 2-3 cases and seeing this in every person. This thing started really becoming more and more clear. And actually this beautiful, simple story started really getting really deep and deep for me. And then what happened is I actually came across a video. So we would hear this term that this person is projecting. They're projecting their issues on you. But you kind of feel that, oh, maybe this is only for some people, only people who are reacting. Only they are really doing that. But then I came across this video, which actually with a very beautiful graphic explained this idea of projection. That how you imagine that there is a projector and you see the movie on the screen ahead, right? Now the movie is felt like it's playing on the screen, but where is it actually playing? It's playing in the projector, right? Now, this is exactly how our mind is. This projector is in our mind. Everything. So we all have perceived things in a particular way. As we are born, right in the womb, early childhood, we are forming impressions about things. And we have actually already created a story. There's an inner story that has happened. That is the projector sitting there. Now, outside is the secondary reality. What we are seeing outside, we feel it's the wife who's really troubling me. It's the husband who's the problem person, right? But there is something happening here which we are not able to see. And that is absolutely the first automatic way of us being here on the physical plane. We all see that there is the sun. We say the sun is setting. And right, that's how we see that we are here and the sun is setting, right? But really, is the sun moving? Is the sun going anywhere? Is the sun coming from anywhere? No. Our beautiful teacher, one of my teachers, Dr. Jayesh Shah, he would really say that. He makes his people do, he says, we feel, oh, sun is setting. No, do this. We can all actually right now take this, we see the other person doing this. Let's all turn our hands. We see the sun setting, but actually the sun is there. We are going in a different direction. So it is us who are really, something is happening here. So it's always beautiful. Of course, when we are operating in the world, the first thing we are going to see is, this is what is happening to me. This person betrayed me. This person is cheating me. This person is manipulating me, right? That's how we first see. But we need to develop the awareness. We need to take this next step where we see, oh, yes, this is what I'm seeing. No, this is here. What is really happening in me, right? What is it that I need to see here? And as we start taking actually this question, we start really contemplating on this, right? Now, obviously, a lot of people don't do it because somewhere the way that they're blaming the other, they feel this is like blaming yourself. We don't have to really hurt ourselves, but it is just, we have to stop blaming the other. We have to realize that there is primary reality is in us. And what is playing outside is the secondary reality. Now, when we start doing this, friends, when we are meditating, our awareness levels keep increasing. When we ask this, a lot of the times the answer will not come from the mind, because of course the mind will say, no, I have done the best. I have always been doing all the right things. I've not done one bad thing in this life. Why do I deserve this? The answer will not come from the mind. Because of course, the mind firstly wants to save you. It's also connected to the ego, right? The second thing, at any time, we've really done the best that we knew. So we are not at all blaming ourselves. But when we actually just put this seed thought, how is this serving me? Why is this happening to me? Right? We remember that there are laws operating. There is law of karma. So, in Hawaii, they had this ho'oponopono, where they would say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So if something is happening, if I feel right now my wife is the worst person on this earth, right? I would have done something, right? Why is this happening in my life? And I basically start really already saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. A lot of the times, just with us having this attitude, and we just leave that thought, we keep that thought, and then we, in meditation, so many times the answers will come. Or you may not realize, you've asked this question, in a couple of days, you will start realizing why this is happening. So the answers will not come from the mind. The answers will come from the depth of our being, from the silence, or from the inner knowingness. Suddenly, there is something that will start shifting. That happens very individually for each person. That happens very uniquely for each person. So just trust, just start seeing how you start getting your answer. So this Ho'oponopono is a very beautiful technique. Actually, if we are not aware, if y'all would like, one time we could just actually take that technique and just do that. But there are so many other techniques where we can just actually start allowing this thing to shift. There is another beautiful thing. So we just came back. We were attending again the past life regression workshop. And one beautiful thing that, we do there, a therapeutic thing, is actually, so if there's a story, right? Imagine if there is something here, when it is seen from this direction, it is seen in a different way. When it is seen from this direction, it will be seen in a different way. Every person in a house would actually see one situation in a different way. So we allow ourselves also to do that. We can actually say, how else could I look at this situation? What else could be the ways, right? So if we note down things, how am I seeing the situation? How am I feeling? And then we give ourselves the permission so that we can start shifting certain things. Friends, a lot of the times we don't do that. because as human beings, we want to stick to our point of view. We want to really be with our feelings. Our actually body has become so addicted to that. So the very first step would be that we acknowledge what's happening. We pay attention to it. What we need to do is paying deep attention to it, acknowledging what we are feeling. When our feelings are acknowledged, when we say, yeah, it's okay that I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling betrayed, right? And then after that, we can really give ourselves the permission to shift that. Dr. Newton says, there are different masters giving some beautiful tips for how to do that. Dr. Newton says, this feeling comes in us. Why? Why me? Right? He says, ask, why not? Why not me? Right? So we basically turn it around. When we do this, we will actually step into a very powerful, empowering position. Normally, we are feeling like this is happening to me. But if I now shift, why not? I will realize that maybe this is happening for me. There is something, the universe is really attempting to make us a whole being. Healing comes from the word whole. There are so many aspects of us. At some point, we would have betrayed somebody. I am not even seeing that part. I hate that part of me. The universe wants me to accept that part. So it is going to bring people in front of my eyes who are actually bringing that element in me. I will feel betrayed. And as I then start looking within, I may realize that I had betrayed people. So it is actually helping me to become whole so that I can see that part. I can learn from that aspect and embrace that aspect. So this is one of the other ways, very beautiful, which Dr. Newton says. If you also look at Byron Katie, she again with simple questioning, you say, I was betrayed. She would say, right. She again would acknowledge. And then she says, is that really true? You say, I am betrayed. Is that really true? And you say, yes, it's true. She say, is it true all the time that I am betrayed? Does it happen always? So yes, it may have happened once, but so many times for just so long, we hold on those fears, that perspective. So when we are actually acknowledging, going deeper and seeing, I can now leave that. I can move beyond that story. So what she really does is, in a very unconditional way, she holds that space. We can all do that with ourselves, right? Just seeing, why not? Or is it really true? Very simple questions, but just the readiness, just allowing ourselves to leave that clinging to that thought, to my feelings, right? That is something that helps us move beyond, right? We have thoughts, we have feelings, things have happened, but we are much beyond that. When we are connecting, when we are sitting in meditation, we are connecting to that aspect of us which is beyond all of this. That is the real us, right? So in different lifetimes, different things may have happened. We need to move beyond that. So just the intention of moving beyond this into the true self really starts doing that magic. We are going to today do one beautiful technique, something that Buddha would say. So many times when we are talking about things that happen, how do we really make peace with it? He would say, this state of suchness, that, okay, this is what it is. We are looking at it deeply and we are just acknowledging it. So he would actually give this technique, supposing there was a person who has a headache right now. He would say, just say 2 times, headache, headache. What you're doing is you're giving it all your attention, this headache, right? And then you're actually leaving this attitude of, I want this to go. Why is this headache there? It is troubling me so much. It has been happening for the last 2 years. Every 5 days I get this headache. No, right? That's the story that our mind really goes into. So we are acknowledging, he says, headache, headache. And then nothing, just leave it. And what would happen is, I'm talking about one of the examples, after a bit, the person realizes anger. He's getting very angry, right? Now, then he says, anger, anger. He's giving attention, he's acknowledging that anger. Now, basically, the headache is your body telling you that you're angry. So many times we don't see, right? And he says, anger, anger, and again leaves. And then another layer would come. Maybe, that feel, maybe the anger on a person who betrayed you some time back, something that happened, right? Now that thing will come, and again, just the similar way, giving all your attention to that, acknowledging it, and then leaving it. This would really work magic. We keep going into the deeper layer with just acknowledgement and then leaving it. The attitude is no fighting this, no saying there should be no pain, I should feel okay, right? Or this person shouldn't be doing this. How can this? No, no stories. Just acknowledging what is right now, this feeling of suchness, and then allowing ourselves to go deeper, right? So today, friends, we will do this meditation where I will just guide you to be with the breath, and I will just guide you whatever that is coming up. For example, suddenly you feel, you're getting like a little ache in the heart. Just see it. Pain in the heart, pain in the heart, right? And just then again, come be with your breath. So we are not, just completely obsessing with it. We give it attention and then relax. So as we do this for 20 minutes, we may just go deeper and deeper. So I may take maybe the same example and say the words just symbolically that we are going to the next layer. But you can obviously, for everybody, it may happen in different times. Just practice this technique with yourself. And it is always beautiful to end in silence. But if there's any questions right now, we can take. Welcome, friends. A lot of other friends have joined. Mubarak ji, Nitya, Sarika, Himaraju, Milena, wonderful. Any questions? Yes, Sandhya ji.
I just wanted to request you, what Dr. Newton said, please could you repeat that? Because what I was wondering, so if suppose I feel that Mr. X is jealous of me or Miss Y is jealous of me, does that mean it actually reflects that I was jealous of him or her sometime?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how does that make you feel if the other person is jealous of you?
Bewildered. So that way I was like, or upset or helpless. So what I was thinking, like, how do you go down? I mean, that's where I was a bit struggling a bit.
So we look at how you're feeling. When you say helpless, tell me a little about that. Friends, we are taking this just for everybody, right? We are basically helping her go into it. So we all just hold the space.
Helpless means, okay, or like, you don't feel in control of yourself, as if you're at the, not in your own power. Okay, I don't even know how to put it. Okay.
Right. This powerless feeling is somewhere.
Yes.
That's there. Right.
Okay, so that is the way you go
So if
down.
if the person is not, if the other person is jealous, that doesn't mean that probably somebody else is powerless. Right. But it makes you feel as if you are not in control and you feel powerless. You can keep looking deeper into it. So what happens when I'm powerless? Right? So you can, when we are practicing this technique, you can say powerless, powerless, no control. Allow it to go deeper. Right? What the person is doing outside, what is it making me feel? So we first step is we bring our attention to this, right? At some point, so like I mentioned that there are levels of awareness. So we directly don't immediately say, where was I jealous? Very likely somebody is a very, person who gets very jealous. And that's a complete reflection of that. But if it doesn't seem true, just start looking within. What is happening within me?
Okay.
Hmm?
Thank you. And what was Dr. Newton's, you said, what was that incident you
And
stated at the beginning? Yeah.
they're saying that Dr. Newton gave this technique when somebody says, why me? He says, why not? So why me has this tensed. When he says, why not? When you say, oh, why not? Okay, so why should this person not be jealous? Right? So suddenly there's a relaxation that comes and you start looking deeper. Thank you, Sandhya ji.
Thank
Friends,
you.
any other questions? Harsha says, whenever I meet somebody, I'm open and tend to take and value their advice. You have difficulty believing and then realized I had a heckler personality beneath. Yes, yes. That's good, Harsha, that you realize that. We need to own the power. Again, similar thing, right? We need to trust ourselves. And we give away the power to somebody. Right? That's obviously what causes problems. Any other questions, friends? Are we all ready for meditation? You can at least show me a thumbs up. Wonderful. That's wonderful, friends. So 20 minutes, we are going to meditate. Thank you, Sadhya ji. Friends, take a very comfortable posture. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Watching the natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. We are going to do Buddha's Anapanasati meditation. Our mind typically tends to go here and there. We anchor the mind with our breath. Our mind is not the master. Our consciousness is. So let yourself be the master. Tell the mind now to just be with the breath. Watching the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. The natural breathing rhythm that is happening for you. Just the way it is happening for you. Without judging whether it is fast or slow, shallow or deep. Just be with the breath. And allow the breath to take you into deeper, relaxed states. Beyond the thoughts, beyond the emotions. Our breath is always in the moment. Be with the breath. If there are any distractions or any thoughts, outer distraction or inner distraction, just acknowledge and accept it. And just come back to your breath. Practicing these two beautiful qualities, acknowledging, just paying attention, and accepting what is what meditation is what we are practicing. If you notice any kind of sensations in the body, just notice them without judging whether it is pleasant, unpleasant. Just watch. And bring your awareness to your breath. And just be with the breath. Let the breath take you into deeper states of silence. The silence within us, this peace within us, has all the answers. Just be with the breath. If you notice any sensation which is strong, maybe a pain, or if your awareness is coming to a particular thing that you have been feeling for a long time, you're just going to apply this technique, just giving it attention. Headache, headache. For that couple of seconds, give it the undivided attention, as if noticing the pain. It's not really about the word headache, but it's about really seeing what is happening there. Acknowledging that it is there. As if telling the headache, yes, I'm here and I see you. And relaxing. Once you finish giving it all your attention, so if it's actually taking you deeper in it, be with it. But once you really acknowledge it and see deeper, bringing your awareness back to the breath again. Just surrendering to the breath. Just relaxed. A relaxed awareness of the breath. If you notice a deeper layer, a strong feeling or sensation coming up, just become aware, acknowledge it. Maybe you just say the word in your mind, what you're feeling. Example, anger, anger. And then bring your awareness back to the breath. Not really going into the anger, not becoming angry. Left to our mind, we start becoming angry. The story starts again. A deep acknowledgement, deeply seeing, as if throwing light on what is. And then come back to the breath. Be with the breath, aware. Just the awareness of the breath.